Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Okay, we shall go on now to the next section. We have talked about al-ism mansub, the relative adjective, and al-ism tasghir, the diminutive noun, and we talked about al-ma'rifatun wa nakiratun and al-ism muzakkar muannas last time. Today we're going to talk about the different types of nouns, wahid, tasniya, and jama, how how they are determined. So section 3.5 is what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so let's do this. Section 3.5 is about wahidun, singular, and tasniyatun. So I say 1, 2, 3, 4. Tasniya. Tasniyatun, that's dual. And jam'un, jam'un, singular, so that's plural. Okay, so this is singular, so then this is dual and plural. That's what we're going to talk about today. So this is section 3.5. Okay, so basically wahidun is a noun that denotes one. That's easy enough. And tasniyatun is a noun that denotes two. Okay, so how do we find the? Let's talk about tasniya. So how do you make the tasniyatun? 1, 2, 3, 4. So tasniya. Okay, so duals. Okay, so these are duals, right? How do you make the duals? Okay, so dual is made by placing one of the following. To make a dual, you take the wahid word and then you add to it. Okay, you either add to it. Okay, ani, it's like this. So either you add to it something like this. Okay, or you add to it aini. Okay, ani or aini. Okay, like this. That's easy enough. I think this is just best explained if you just know the Muslim table. Muslimun. You have to memorize the Muslim table. Muslimani. That's two Muslim. And Muslimuna. Muslimuna. Okay. And then Musliman. Sorry, it's not how you write this. So I have Musliman. Musliman. Muslimaini. Okay. Muslimina. Muslimina. And then Muslimin. And then Muslimaini. And then Muslimina. And we notice that this is in halat al-rafa. This is halat al-nasab. And this is halat al-jar. Okay, the third row. And we realize that in nasab and jar, the duals are the same. And in nasab and jar, the plurals are also the same. So these two columns are the same. So this is singular, this is dual. So we're talking about dual particularly now. So when you're making a dual, how do you make a dual? Okay, so you make a dual by adding ani, which is this. So you do it by adding this ani. like this, or aini, right? So you make a duo by either adding this ani, which is this over here, okay, or by adding aini, which is this over here, okay. So you either ani or aini, okay. So you add that. So that's basically how you do it. So in the first case scenario, um, so that's this case scenario, okay. So you ani, the first case scenario in حالة الرفع, okay. Muslim and Muslimani, so you add this ani, that's how you know it's a dual, okay. So in fancy way, this is called alif, okay. This is the fancy way of saying ani is alifun, that's this alifun, ma qablaha, before it, ma qablaha. Now remember, it's a feminine, qablaha, before it, because we just learned in the last section that letters of alphabet are feminine. Ma qablaha maftuhun, okay, maftuhun, there's a fatha before it. So alif before it, ma qablaha maftuhun, okay, ma qablaha maftuhun, okay, وبعدها بعدها ha here refers to alif, بعدها نون with the kasra, right? مكسورة مكسورة, okay. So alifun, that's this alif, okay. This is this alif right here. ما قبلها, before it, is a fatha. الألف ما قبلها مفتوح وبعدها, and after it is نون مكسور, نون with a kasra on it, okay. So this is in حالة الرفع, okay. So in حالة الرفع, okay, in حالة الرفع it's this, okay. And in حالة in حالة نصب, النص, هذا النص بن, in حالة النصب, in حالة النصب والجر, okay, والجر. In حالة النصب والجر it will be it will be this aini, right? So it will be aini. Sorry, it's not alif. It will be, I want to make that aini. Okay, so the fancy way of saying aini in حالة النصب والجر, aini, the fancy way of saying this is yaun, okay. So this is yaun, that's this ya here, yaun, okay. ما قبلها ما قبلها مفتوح مفتوح وبعدها and after it. Okay, same thing. نون مكسور نون مكسور نون مكسور. Okay, so that's it. So ani and aini, this is how you make um, so a duals. So and then this is a basic section introducing the wahid, which is singular, tasniya, which is dual, which denotes two, and jama, which is plural. Okay, and wahid is a single word, and here they talk about how do you make a dual, okay, which is the tasniya. Tasniya is made by either adding ani and aini. In hal rafa, it's by adding this at the end of the word, which is ani, okay, like Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna. So we're talking about duals here, right? So Muslimani, Muslimani, Muslimani in hal rafa, nasab and jar. So in hal rafa, it's Muslimani. It is alif. ألف ما قبلها مفتوح وبعدها نون مكسور. And أيني, which is in حالة النصب and jar, is ياء ما قبلها مفتوح وبعدها نون مكسور. Okay, that's how you make a dual. Okay, and plural is a noun which denotes more than two. Okay, so plural is a noun which denotes more than two. Okay, we don't talk about plural in this section. And there's only one comment that's being made, that the noon of a tasniya and the jama. Oh, this is a note. This is a note. So we'll make a note of this. Note. Okay, we'll make a note of this. Okay. Okay, one. Okay, so this is only one note here actually. Okay, so note. The noon. The noon of tasniya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tasniyatun and jama and jam'un. The noon of dual and plural. The noon of dual and plural. The noon of dual at the end of the word is dropped. Is dropped. Is dropped in case of idafa, which is mudaf ilayh construction. Idafatun. So when you're making idafa, the noon of the is dropped. For example, qalamani zaydun. Qalama. It used to be qalamani zaydin. The 2 pens of zaydun. Okay, it was originally qalamani. Okay, zaydin. But this noon is dropped when making this construction. Another example is farasa rajulin. Farasa rajulin. Man's 2 horses. This was originally farasani rajulin. But this noon was dropped. So when you make mudaf ilayh, this dual is dropped. They'll give a couple more examples. So let's give a couple more examples. Muslimu. This was muslimuna. Misra. This is a munsarif of misra. Mudaf ilayh construction. So this was originally muslimuna misra. But this noon was dropped off. This is the plural form, right? Okay, Farasanis was the dual form. This was the dual form, but the noon was dropped. Okay, And finally, they give another example: talibu ilmin. Okay, this mudaf like construction. So this was originally talibuna ilmin, like this. And this noon was dropped because of idafa. Okay, so this noon is dropped. Okay, when making idafa. This last noon is dropped when making an idafa. Okay, that's something that we have to remember. Okay, so that's it in this short section here. We talked about just section 3.5 is about wahid wa tasniya wa jama. Wahid is singular, such as rajulun, wa tasniya is dual, and jama is plural, which is greater than two. So wahid is just singular, and dual. How do you make a dual? You take the wahid word and you add to it either ani or aini, such as muslimun, muslimani, okay, or muslimaini, okay, in different halat rafa, nasab and jar, and halat nasab and halat jar are the same. You add aini. In ina is for plural, okay. So and alright, so we talked about that. Alright, so that's easy enough. So in halat rafa, it's ani for dual, which is alif ma qablaha maftuhun wa ba'daha nun maqsurun. Alif before it is the ma fatha, and after it is nun with the kasra. And in halat nasab and jar, it is aini, which is ya'un ma qablaha maftuhun wa ba'daha nun maksurun. Okay, one note is the noon of tasniya and jama is dropped in case of idafa. Khalamani zaydin becomes khalama zaydin. Farasa, which is a horses, two horses. Farasani rajulin becomes farasa rajulin. Muslimuna misra become muslimu misra. Talibuna ilmin become talibu ilmin. Okay, so that's it for this section. Until next time, inshallah. Salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah.